everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So today I'm going to, and right as I start, Lily comes over. Today I'm going to continue on this part of Johanna Basford, World of Flowers. Yeah, my hair was just all over that. Don't know how, but there's Lily hair all over it as well. But yeah. So I'm going to continue with Johanna Basford, World of Flowers. As for the amount, I'm probably only going to do aim for about the 50-minute to hour mark again for doing the piece, just because I'm kind of keeping the pieces a bit shorter so that I can achieve more, and I'm trying to do as much as I can before I go to Sydney, which this is my first colour along. I'll also aim to do some flip throughs and a couple of other colour alongs as I can. So yeah, I really hope you're going to enjoy this. And I think I'm going to start with this flower and do the purples, so that we've got the 3 purples, because we've got 3 pinks, 3 purples, and I'm thinking of these 2 as oranges, and then maybe I'll even do, I don't know, I'll work it out. But I'm thinking these 2 are the oranges, and then, yeah, I'll work it out from there. But yeah, so I'm going to actually start with my Derwent Inktense pencils again, and I'm going to use my bright blue, and our light source is coming from that way, I'm pretty sure. Lily's out checking around. She just had dinner before, so she's of course checking for remnants. And I'm just going to get my cloth here. So I'm going to use my bright blue, and I'm going to also use that anywhere where there is other shadows, but also shadows for around this center area. And I'm not going to worry, well, it kind of is overlapping and I probably should put a shadow there, but I'm not going to, because I just want it here, and I want to leave space for other colours. So hey everyone, I'm back. So the camera unfortunately died on me and I didn't realise it after it had happened, so it didn't catch everything that I started doing. So what I started doing was pretty much, I did end up putting a shadow around this area that I was deciding on, and these other areas, but I did leave the top shadow free, and this little area here I've added a bit more blue because it doesn't have a shadow area on this side, and same for the next one. So pretty much we'll continue from there with our bright blue, and we're pretty much just anywhere where there's overlapping petals or shadows or centerpieces or anything like that, we are putting in the blue. This one is overlapping a bit as well, so we want to bring a bit of our blue around here. But yeah, unfortunately my camera battery died, so yeah, not really that much that I can do about that, unfortunately. Let's just check that's still in frame. Yes, it is. Woohoo! So depending, I may do the one flower this time, and then I may do a little bit of the black depending, or I may leave the black till I do the next flower. So I'll probably just focus on doing this one flower this time and uploading that, and then I will do I guess next flower next time and so on, because I want to try and get some parts done before I head off. So yeah, so this side I'm not going to do a shadow because it's over the top, but this side I do want a bit of a shadow with the blue, and I kind of want it coming up on that angle. But yeah, so anywhere where the petals are overlapping, obviously there's no shadow, but where the petals are going over the other petal, there is a shadow. But where, I guess I mean when they're sitting on top of another petal or a leaf or something, that's when they're obviously not going to have a shadow. So yeah. Either that, or when they're both on the thing, you're sort of selecting the side that's the opposite from the side where the light source is coming from for the shadow. But yeah, I'm going to try and get some stuff done for whilst I am in Sydney, and yeah, we do the best we can, obviously. Just make sure that it's still in frame. And check that it's focused, which it wasn't. Whoops. Sorry about that. I thought I focused it, but obviously I might not have. Whoopsie daisies. So if there's a bit of a blur there, please excuse it. Yeah, I didn't realise I hadn't focused it. Yeah. Easy to make mistakes though when you're tired and all of the rest. It is, it's very easy. There we go. So next, where did I put my pencils? Right here. Next, I want to come in, since I'm doing the purples, I'm going to come in next with my deep violet. I'm Derwent Inktense deep violet, and I want to bring that over the bright blue as well as just up a bit. We want to leave a bit of source for other colours because we're going to go with a similar colour tone to the bottom one here, if you can see it. And so we've still got another 2 colours to add after this. That we need to try and fit yet. I'll also still aim to keep Facebook and YouTube updated as I can whilst away, because I do have access to internet, but I'll update things as I can. I'll probably have videos coming out every year. I'm trying to aim for 2 days, but it may be 3 days. Every 2 to 3 days I'll be aiming to have videos come out. So you know roughly when to look out for them. But yeah, I've got a lot of videos to try and do in the meantime, so yeah. Because this is my first, I was intending to start this hours ago, but didn't get it started until now, and it's after 4 PM already, and so it's like, yeah, I'm a little behind on the starting today. So now what I just want to do, I want to fill in the little gap areas between the flower petals before I accidentally colour over them or put water over them with my black Uniball Signo gel pen. And there's just a couple of little holes here between the petals, that's where I want to fill in. But we will want to try not to get water on those areas when it comes to doing the water part. So it's kind of the areas where the petals are kind of doubled are the areas where it looks like there's double petals or triple petals right in close proximity, which isn't actually the case, it's just the back area that's showing out with it. So there we go. Now what I want to do is come in with my Derwent Inktense with my Fuschia, and I want to bring that over all the previous colours, but still try and leave a bit of space for our final colour we want to. And these areas that are shadows, obviously this will be probably close to the last colour. Yeah, I doubt I'll be putting the white over those areas. I'm trying not to go over the other areas. I just found another spot I missed with my black Uniball Signo gel pen, but I've accidentally started going over those centre spikes, and I was considering just colouring over them, but then I was thinking, well, I'm going to try not to, but I've obviously got some little streaks over them by accident whilst doing this, and I guess do the best we can. Guess we do. Yep, focused. Oh, that's good. So we're putting this colour over all the other colours previously, as best we can. If you don't get it over every spot, well, it doesn't matter quite as much, because it will spread when you put the water on it anyway. And I will add a bit of my little light shadow area in a minute as well, once I get these coloured. And there's some little streaky areas. I don't know what from, because I haven't coloured on top of this book particularly, but there are, but they should get filled in. What I love about the Inktense is with the water, it does kind of fill in those little streak areas that you can sometimes see when you're colouring with pencils due to markings from something. whether that be markings from the printing press or markings from you colouring another image or any of that, which is awesome. I just wish they were properly light fast with the Inktense, but fingers crossed for the future. Okay, and then oops, I almost forgot that. So we just want to add in some little sort of light shadow areas up here where we're going to include our white into it, because we just want to allow that white to look like it's blending properly and not too streaky and all the rest. Now we want to come in with our Derwent Inktense Antique White, and we just want to add that a bit up this top area, not all the way down, but just up the top area and over that light area that you just put in. It'll go into it more as you add water, I guess, but you just kind of want to just allow for it to be able to blend itself in properly with the white. And I'm not worrying about wiping it off because it doesn't matter if a bit of that purple smudges with the white anyway, because it will help with creating it. So now I'm just going to pause and I'm going to grab my water and my brush, and we're going to fill in that area, and then we'll come in with probably, I'm thinking maybe oranges for these spikes and these area. I will work that out. Actually, I kind of like the idea of maybe a row of like the brighter orange, like is down here, a row of that brighter orange. Then maybe blending in some of the purples. No, I may just do it with the purple and that. I'll work it out. Anyway, so I will go and get this water and I will be back shortly. So hey everyone, I'm back. So just come back. I've just checked the weather and discovered there's actually meant to be heaps of rain when I'm in Sydney. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. At least 5 of the days are meant to be heavy rainfall. So yeah. I've done a good job choosing. It wasn't that way yesterday, but it's changed. So yeah. So anyway, I'm back with my water and my paintbrush, and I'm just gonna wet that a bit and then dry it off on the back of my hand as per usual. And I'm gonna go in with my Mikado number 2 paintbrush with some water. And as per usual, I'm gonna start on the lightest areas, so where the white is, and work our way down and around into the darker areas. And as needed, we'll add little bits of water to those areas. Hello, Lils. We'll add little bits of water just to blend in those areas and make them work better. Lily, come on, darling. Go. So yeah, I'm just starting from, say, here you'll see it easier, but from the white area, and then I'm blending it down into the fuchsia, then the deep violet, and then into our bright blue, just to get them blended right. Well, not blended right. Well, I guess it is in some ways blending it right, but also not having it look too defined with some of the shadows if possible. If needed, just go in and adjust them or add a little bit more water and just adjust it a bit so that it is blending a little better. like I'm doing here, but try not to over wet it at the same time, which is always possible. Now Lily's got her pee. Oh, boo-boo. I love you. It's just funny sometimes, Lils is. So this one, I didn't actually put any white in these two darker shadow areas just because it's mostly shadows. There's just a little bit of light in one spot and not much in the other. There you go, Lils. And I'll just fill those areas in. Trying not to go over things, but I have gone a little over there a bit, which is not my aim. I'm trying not to, but I'll just try. Sometimes if you're lucky you can and I just made it worse, can blend it out using the water. Let's just see, yeah, no, I actually made it worse, I think, trying to blend it out before it dried. I'm trying to fix that up, but I don't think I actually made it any better. I think I made it a bit worse by trying to do that. Emma. Hello, Lils, you got the piggy. So, I might have actually forgotten to put the fuchsia in colour in these ones, I think. But yeah, trying not to go over those little lines like I just did again for the same one that I tried blending it out of before. And then I go and do it again, don't I? Yeah. So I may have to do those darker. I was thinking of doing those with an orange, but I'm thinking now I may go in and completely fill those in. Hello, Lils. There you go. I'm just gonna fill them in with the purples because it's not, or just what you're blending with those colours. I'm just going to fill them in with that like I did with the others because it's obviously not working that well currently with not blending over them because there's such a small space. And trying not to over wet it because we don't want it to bleed through to the back. So I'll check that in a minute anyway. It's way too much water. Way too much. Okay. I'm just going to give that a minute to dry and then I will come back and continue with that because I wiped it off on my hand and yet I still had way too much water on there, and so now I need to just give it a minute to dry and hopefully it hasn't bled through to the back page. But I'm just going to pause the camera for a minute whilst it dries because you can see it's still really wet there, which is normally what I try to avoid doing and it's not a good sign. So I'm just going to pause for a minute and then I will be back right in a minute. So hey everyone, I'm back. So good news, it didn't bleed through, but just be careful of that because sometimes drying off the brush on the back of your hand, you can brush it in more water, which I think is what made it so wet then. So yeah, just look out for that. So I'm going to continue now with, I just want to put this down anyway, just rest my hand on, but I'm just going to continue going from the light areas to the darker areas. So going from our white to our fuchsia to our deep violet to our bright blue, which is mixed in with the deep violet, and going over these little areas as we do it, because I've decided it's just easier to fill them in right now, and it kind of works anyway, filling them in, but it's just hard with the little space and the water because water runs, and yeah, so either way it works. It does. And look out, I just noticed you can also get drops of water on your paintbrush as well, which can run down and cause it to go on a lot heavier than you want as well, so just watch out for that as well. Lily's sitting next to me, dozing. So nice. Just going to try and blend that one in just a little better. Just going to go back over it with water and get some of these purples and that standing out, and then I'll do the same for bringing the white areas over into those as well. And then I'm going to have to, these ones here, I'm just going to have to use the colour some blue and purple deep violet pencil over them, as well as the magenta, just to fill those ones in now that I've decided to do that, because those ones have already had water on them. So yeah, now I'm going to come in with my bright blue, my deep violet and my fuchsia. I'm going to use all three, and basically what I want to do is just bring a streak of light, just light streaks of each, because it's going to go a lot darker once it comes to doing it, and trying not to a stupid thing like colour where I want it to. I know why it's looking like that. It's because this is the one that I've been having difficulties getting to work at times. And then just bits of the fuchsia in there, trying not to get it in the other areas like I just did, but it seems to be colouring in the spots where I don't want it to colour, and I don't know how to change that, because sometimes I'll angle the pencil and put it on the right spot, but it colours where I don't want it to colour. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes things just don't like to work how you want them to. They don't. I'm just going to use those to fill in a bit of the other areas. But yeah, so that's our water area done. Now I'm going to come in with a deep violet if I can get it to work, because this one hasn't been working for some reason. That sticky thing that happens with it is still happening at times, and I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's basically still happening, and it makes it difficult to colour things at times, and I think that's why it wasn't working quite properly then, because it was doing that, and it's still kind of doing it a bit now. Hey! It still is, and I'm trying not to go over other areas like it was when I was trying to do that small area. I don't know why sometimes I find that, but as I was saying, you angle the pencil right over there, but for some reason it's still colouring over there. Maybe you don't have it in quite the right position, even though it looks like it is. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's kind of, I guess, a bit interesting how that works sometimes, and confusing and frustrating, and yeah, all the rest. And we want a bit of the deep violet there, and this area here, these ones, I'm just going to do the more orangey colour without the purple, I'm thinking. So now I want to come in with my Scarlet Pink. I want to do that over those colours. Trying to get it to go into the right spot rather than where you don't want it to. But yeah, maybe it's just to do with the point, or where you might have it over that where you think it goes, but it might not be quite the right spot, I'm not sure. Oops, that one wasn't meant to fill up. That's what I mean. It's like I'm holding it in the right spot, but it just doesn't go exactly where I want it to go, and I can't work out why it's doing that, but maybe it is just because it's not a really fine point, which I guess would make a bit of sense. I guess it would. And now I want to come in with my Tangerine on those areas and finish off those areas with Tangerine. Oops, that one I missed out of the colour. Now what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to bring in, I want to bring in my Scarlet Pink for these centre areas, and just around this centre piece I want to bring in the Scarlet Pink. Trying not to fill an entire petal like that one just did, without me wanting it to. And we just want Scarlet Pink there, no purple. And then what we want to do is bring in our paint Mikador No. 2 paintbrush again, and we want to do this one little area at a time. So I'm going to start with this center area, going from your light area to your darker area where your shadows are. Trying not to overdo the amount of water on the brush. And just doing one little spot at a time. But it could just be the small space too as to why it's hard to judge where the... I'm thinking it could be the small space too as to why it's hard to get the pencil to colour in the exact spot. But for some reason at the moment I'm just getting annoyed with every little thing. Maybe it is a bit of stress worrying about having enough videos up for whilst I'm away. I don't know. It could be highly likely that could be what I'm feeling. But yeah, I guess you do what you can do, and it's not like it's affected things anyway because it was the colours that were in that spot and I've watered over them anyway, so it's blended it in anyway, so it's not like it's harming anything by doing it. It's not like it is. So yeah, I guess it's not really anything to worry about anyway, because it hasn't happened that much, so yeah. I get a little perfectionist at times, as you probably noticed. So yeah, just basically light to dark when you're doing the water so that you're not mussing up your light colours or making them look not right or too dark or any of that basically. And just doing it with just a lightly damp brush as well. I couldn't tell if those areas were done, so I just went over them again lightly. If you think an area looks not done, it's worth just going over it in case, because I have found sometimes that there has been areas that I've missed. It's worth always checking out in case. And there we go, there's that flower. So I think what I'm going to do now, if I can find it, where has my black, there's my black gel pen. Whoops. And you might want to get the excess water off your hand too at times, because it was getting to the point there where I had a bit much water on my hands, so I wasn't able to go as light as I wanted with the water. So now I'm going to come in with my black Uniball Signo gel pen, number 0.7 millimeters. And what I'm going to do even though normally I try to wait till I've coloured the next flower and both flowers are coloured before I do the black, but I think this time I'm just going to come in with my black Uniball Signo gel pen and just fill in these areas so they don't get mixed up next time, or some of these areas anyway. And basically I just do this by just using little streaks and, where necessary, outlining around the flowers so that you're able to stay within the lines easier. That's typically how I do it anyway. And then just little streaks to fill the areas in. Small short strokes. We've just got a little spot up here too. Just down here, I'm drawing in, I'm not specifically going a particular circle, but I'm going just how I think I would like it to look around these leaves and how I want it to connect or attach. So you don't have to exactly go like this, but I would just say, just go with outlining it and doing it how you kind of want it to attach and look and feel in the end. So you don't necessarily, you could go further in around the actual edge of the flowers and do it that way. But for me, I kind of want some of the bits of flowers still sticking out, I guess you could say. So I'm doing it this way, where you still can sort of see areas of the flowers around where the black connects. Because I probably could have had it up here, but I'm sort of, I guess I'm a bit following the lines where it attaches next, but at the same time I'm also I'm trying to leave little sections where the flowers and that do still show out separate from the black Uniball Signo gel pen. And then finally I'm just going to shift this. No, I think I might actually, I'm just wondering if I should do the black there or not. I might still think about that. So this area down this bottom flower here, I was wondering whether I should do the black along that section there. But I'm still not totally decided yet. I may fill it in, but I think I might wait till I've filled in more colours till I do that black section. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that for this part, and I'm going to go and do another area. I'm just putting the cap and that back on the brush. It's got an open hole so it'll still dry without going mouldy. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that, and then I'm going to go and do some other parts. And I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe and comment, as I always love hearing from you and talking to you, and I will see you next time. Bye!